everyone say, dream big. Come on, I want to hear you louder. Dream big. Start small. And work hard. Now, did you bring your hands with you? Yes? So I want you to see the actions. Okay, here we go. Dream big. Start small. And work hard. Now, when I say dream big, it's actually a journey of dreaming big. Sometimes, as 7-year-old, 9-year-old, you're in a place of ha. Today also, Italy. Ha. Today also, dosa, mama. Right? That place of ha. You need to move from the ha to the What's that I think I need to change. I think I need to work hard. I think I need to obey my parents. I think I should not be speaking back to my older brother. Right? So you need to make that journey. You need to move from the, come on, help me out. You need to move from the, come on everyone, ha! You just say it. You need to move from the ha to the But you should not stop there. You need to move from the to the aha. Everyone say aha. Aha is when SIP teachers would say, there is potential in this girl, there's potential in this boy. Aha, this boy has started working hard. Aha, this girl is doing very great. You see that? That's the journey to dreaming big. Now let's start here. We need to start from the, come on everyone louder together. You need to start from the ha to the to the aha. But you should not stop here. You need to move from the aha to the wow. Everyone say wow. That's why your instructors would say, wow, that's one of our boy. Wow, that's one of our girl. Wow, that guy is so great. Right, let's start off. You need to move from the ha to the to the aha, to the wow. Now parents also join with me. Let's move together. Okay, you need to start from the ha to the to the aha, to the That's the journey of dreaming big. Never stop dreaming big. You should always dream big. We are building something, and I put a small quote in my building the other day. I said, you need to dream so big that your excuses get scared. You need to dream so big that your excuses get scared. Now, what's the second thing that I say? What's the first one? Dream big. What's the second one? Start small. Sometimes some people dream big, but they don't want to start small. They want to be on the stage immediately. They want to do things immediately. They want to be on the flashlight immediately. No, you can't be. That's why you need to build your emotional capacity right there, right? You need to build your emotional capacity there. And you need to, you need to work hard, right? In that place where you need to learn to start small. You need to be secure to start small. You need to be very secure to start small. Now let me tell you a story. Now people look at me and say, oh, George sir, he has traveled to over 35 countries. He has spoken to over 8 lakh children and teenagers across the globe. Oh my goodness, this guy is amazing. But they don't know my story. They don't know my story. My story, I grew up on the streets. My mom died when I was 18 months old. I slept on the streets, eating from trash cans, sleeping with the dogs. That was my life. That was my life. Today people look at me and say, oh, George sir, he's gone to all these. No, it didn't come all of a sudden. No, I had to start small. I had to start small. I had to be in a small school. I studied in a small village school where they gave me free food in the afternoon. And I loved that free food. Because there was no food in the morning, there was no food in the night. In the afternoon, that food that they gave me so much, I would put it all over the plate and eat off. Because there's no food in the night. That was my story. Now at that time, if you would have come to me and say, George sir, one day you will be one of the renowned world speaker, you would have gone to so many countries, I would laugh at you. I will be looking at you and say, I will not believe you. I will not. I will not believe you. But then I didn't know where the schooling is going to come from. I didn't know where I'm going to do my college. I didn't know how I'm going to move forward. But one step after the other, I had to keep moving. Now everyone say, keep moving. Come on, scream it out. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, what's the first thing? Dream big. The second one? Start small. The third one is what? Work hard. You need to work very, very hard. You have to work very hard. In the place of how you begin to see things, you have to work very hard. Can you change the slides, please? Is it stuck? So you have to work very hard. Now, in that work very hard means you have to keep moving. I love that statement, Martin Luther King Jr. He says, if you can't fly, then run. There are days you cannot run, then walk. There are days you cannot walk, then at least crawl, but keep moving. But keep moving. Because the moment you stop, you will get stuck. The moment you get stuck, you will start stinking. You have to be careful that you don't stop. Now look at your friend and say, don't stop. Come on, look at your friend and say, don't stop. Yeah, you have to work hard. You need to keep moving. I had to keep moving. In 2012, the doctors said, I have something in my brain. My wife looked at me and said, there are some stars in your brain. I said, what stars in the brain? She said, there are some spots, some lesions. I had 3 lesions, then it became 8 lesions, then it became 12 lesions. Right now, I have 45 lesions in my brain. And St. John's Hospital is doing a research on my life, not knowing how I'm walking around because they had given me 3 years. We can never stop. No matter what that happens, sometimes life will throw things. Even as a small boy, as a small girl, sometimes it's so difficult. Yes, it becomes difficult. Remember, there are times you can't fly. If you're not able to fly, you have to run. If you can't run, then, and if you can't walk, then crawl. But at least you need to keep moving. You need to keep moving. So for a boy who grew up on the streets, today I had to keep moving. Today I have an amazing family. I'll put a picture of my family. Is that moving? That's the picture of my family. I have 2 biological kids, 10 adopted kids, 2 foster kids. I have 14 kids inside the house. We have 1 football team inside the house. For a boy who never had a family, for a boy who did not know what a parent is, for a boy who didn't know what a father was, I had to keep moving. And as I kept moving, this is what my story. Today I tell my children, I just said, hey, home is my place of healing. I love going back home. I travel a lot, but I love going back home because I go and spend time there. Children, I want to say this. I know you're all very young, but don't take your parents for granted. Don't take your brothers for granted. Don't take your grandmas and grandpas for granted. I know some of you, sometimes you show your face, right? That one face. You do that, right? Sometimes. Especially that 7-year-old, 8-year-old. No, don't show that. Don't show that. You've been so blessed. God has blessed you with such amazing parents. There's an amazing family. This amazing SIP. Just hold on to it. I'm telling you, your stories don't break you. Your stories make you. Who you are is because of your journey. Your parents have gone through a journey. And some of them have gone through a very difficult journey. I'm a counselor. I counsel a lot of families. I counsel a lot of children, a lot of teenagers. And sometimes I hear stories, difficult stories, very difficult stories. Now, our stories don't have to stop us. You know what's happening now? The next slide. We are right now, the next slide. We are right now in Bangalore. We are building India's first emotional trauma center. And this year we're inaugurating that to help children across, not just in Bangalore. We are looking at different cities across India. We're looking at different cities across the globe. Why? When I went through what I went through, I didn't know where life was. I was struggling. But today I've come to a place, right now I'm doing my PhD. And I'm doing my PhD in one of the top universities, the Regent University in America. And they saw my profile and they said, George, we want to send you an email. They sent an email, they asked some questions, and then they got an email. When I got an email, I was so shocked. I told my wife, it came in the middle of the night. I said, did you see that email? She said, what email? Just come and see it. They've given me 100% scholarship for my PhD with Regent University, for me to do it. Children, I want to just encourage you, just these words. Don't stop, don't stop. Keep moving. I have a very special friend with me. I want to bring that little friend with me. I want you to shout out and say, his name is also George. So you need to say, George, wake up. Now, he's not going to get up if you don't shout out. Come on, shout out and say, George, wake up.